Team 2137, and this is RoboZone.
RoboZone is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Toyota, let's go places. Fanuc America, innovative automation solutions. Hino Trucks, the fastest growing premier medium duty nameplate in the United States. And Operating Engineers 324, we keep Michigan running. Hi, and welcome to the only show where robots rule, RoboZone. We're presented by Lawrence Tech. Possible is everything. I'm your guide for the ride, Lauren Plant. Some of the lowest teams' qualifying score in Week 4 were better than some of the #1 seeds' averages from Week 1. That's progress. What was good enough to win a few weeks ago, though? Ain't gonna fly now. Step up your game. Let's get to the action. Our first competition of the weekend was the Great Lakes Bay Region District event in Midland, Michigan. Hosted by Midland Dow High School, this was the second year for this robotics competition close to the Mitten's Thumb region. 40 FRC teams, including 13 rookie squads, came to test their mettle. We said last week, Team 314, the Megatron Oracles from Flint, were the team to watch at Midland, and they certainly did not disappoint. Big Mo came out strong in qualifying, having made a number of machine upgrades since their win at the Kettering District in Week 2, including the addition of a tethered ramp like we saw Bedford use to win at Woodhaven last week. In 7 out of their 12 qualifying rounds, they placed scores up over the 100 mark. High score of the weekend was set in qualifying match number 41, a massive score, 175 points, set by the trio of Big Mo, Team 314, Rookie Team 5603, Rise of the Warrior Bots from Auburn, and Team 5155, the Bearcats from Ubley. In this match, the Red Alliance successfully built a stack of 6, 2 stacks of 5, and placed a co-op stack. At the end of qualifying, the race for #1 wasn't even close. Team 314 finished their 12 rounds with an impressive 116-point qualifying average, more than 20 points ahead of the second-ranked Bearcats. In the Alliance section, Big Mo drafted Team 2619, the Charge from Midland, and Rookie Team 5712, Gray Matter from Hemlock, to be their partners. The second-ranked Bearcats chose Team 297, the Dragons 2 from Lake Orion, and 5110, the Elks from Elk Rapids. In third place, Rise of the Warrior Bots selected Team 3770, Blitz Creek from Midland, along with Team 910, the Foley Freeze, to join them. 8 alliances of 3 were formed, and it was off to the playoffs on Saturday afternoon.
Team 1506!
In the quarterfinals, we saw some early drama. The lower-ranked #7 alliance of 5509, Like a Boss, 1506 Metal Muscle, and Team 5229 Heritage 1 scored well in their first 2 playoff rounds, propelling them into third and knocking the #2 Bearcats alliance out of the tourney. Alliances 1, 3, 4, and 7 advanced to the semis. In the semifinals, the #1 Big Mo Alliance poured it on, and the scores kept going up. They placed a 101, a 145, and then a 146 in their 3 semifinal rounds for an average of 130 points, solidly. The #7 Alliance continued their push and playing at the top of their game. With a 111-point average, they secured a trip to the Midland Finals, ousting the #3 and #4 alliances. The event finals went as expected. The Big Mo Charge Alliance dominated in match #1 with a 60-point lead of 156-96, setting the playoff high score of the day, building 3 capped stacks of 5 and 2 capped stacks of 3. Match 2 was closer, but with a score of 144 over 114, the favored Red Alliance finished it off in 2 rounds. This was the second event win of the year for the Megatron Oracles, making them our second double event winner of 2015, and continuing their 2-year streak of winning every district event they've attended. The Charge celebrated their first district win since 2009, ending a long dry spell for this great team.
Every week here on RoboZone, we are going to bring to you what the university life is like. No better for a robotics fan than what's happening at Lawrence Technological University. Check out the opportunities they offer in robotics education. The world of robotics is only getting started at the high school level. For students interested in pursuing a robotics future, many colleges offer hands-on robotics and engineering programs. One of those schools is right in Metro Detroit's backyard. Lawrence Technological University has developed a program unlike any other in the United States.
When we started the robotics program, it was only the second in the nation and the first in Michigan. And there was a lot of interest in robotics from middle school, high school students, but there was this gap between high school and graduate studies. When students come to the robotics program, they're actually not only taking all the theory in the classes, but everything they do, they get to implement hands-on.
In fact, the robotics engineering program is attracting students worldwide.
I have people that are applying from Sudan or Morocco. I have people applying from Czech Republic and Poland, and we don't really advertise there, but they find you, and because students are interested in robotics.
The robotics and engineering program is actually the fastest moving program at Lawrence Tech. The reason behind that? Robotics is suddenly booming all around us.
The robotics industry is growing at an amazing pace. Even when there was an economic downturn, the industry was still growing. So on average, it's growing at 25% a year, which is amazing for an industry.
Robotics at LTU puts students in the driver's seat and allows them to start designing and building programs from scratch.
So students start off by taking the basics, the math, physics classes, and some basic engineering and computer science classes. But then when they get into the robotics specific classes, there's a series called Unified Robotics. And what's really special about that, it's team taught. We have 3 or 2 different professors from different departments teaching the class. But the best part about it is right after class, you go into the lab. And everything you learn in that session, you start implementing immediately.
To learn more about robotics and all of the amazing programs offered at Lawrence Technological University, please visit ltu.edu and schedule a tour today. Coming up on RoboZone, Kiara Lancaster gives us the inside scoop on the operating engineers and what they're all about. Then we head to the west side of the mitten for the West Michigan District on your home for high school robotics. RoboZone.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
You may not know us, but you know the things we do.
We build landmarks,
buildings,
highways,
bridges, and pipelines.
We build rewarding careers.
we operate.
We maintain.
For over 100 years, we've kept Michigan running.
And we'll keep it running.
We're Operating Engineers 324.
And we're proud of being part of something special.
Join us.
For over 30 years, we've been the leading supplier of robots, CNCs, and factory automation to American manufacturing. We help companies reach production goals locally and globally with bringing manufacturing back to North America. Our innovative technologies provide world-class quality and efficiency. We train, educate, and develop highly skilled workers, harnessing the power of man and machine together. We are the future of manufacturing. We are FANUC America.
Hi RoboZone fans, I'm Kiara Lancaster. Let's be honest, college just isn't for everyone. And for those of you who want to start earning as soon as you start learning, we've got the perfect opportunity for you. The Michigan Operating Engineers is a training center out of Howe, Michigan that sits on 515 acres and offers an apprenticeship program for people fresh out of high school or college. First students particularly would be a good fit for this program.
Well, the exciting part as far as what I understand about FRC is that they're operating robots, right? We operate heavy equipment. So there's a connect match there.
This apprenticeship program has a tried and true formula that combines on-the-job training with safety and related training instructions.
Here at the facility, they will go through their Monday class, taking the safety orientations, and as well they'll go out back and be able to get up in the machines, understand the proper maintenance of the machine, understanding the movements and controls of the machine, and then they'll start to work on that machine.
Different from an internship, an apprenticeship lets you step into your career on the first day.
The nice part about the apprenticeship is the fact that you earn while you learn. So when you get indentured that first day, you step into an apprenticeship program, you're in a career. When you get employed, you're starting to earn your wages right then, and your benefits.
And the benefits are nothing to scoff at. A 3 to 4 year apprenticeship program is worth the equivalent of $60,000 to $70,000 in scholarships.
For them to actually start their career out on a job site, with an employer, working a job, getting paid, receiving their benefits, and as well coming back to school here with all of their different classes, all their different textbooks, all the different machines, the fuel, everything here being provided to them. Yeah, you look at a 3-year apprenticeship, 6,000 hours fully paid.
On top of having a fully paid for education, most of the people in the apprenticeship program are hired by their employers after graduation. In the last 4 years, the Michigan operating engineers have nearly doubled their program and currently have 180 people enrolled. It's no surprise that people are flocking to this opportunity.
Who wouldn't want to be part of building the next hockey arena? You know, all the landmarks that we have in Michigan between the Ambassador, Bridge, the Mackinac Bridge, the Detroit Lions Stadium, these are all things that you get to build in our opportunity within the construction world.
To apply for an apprenticeship at the operating engineers, go to joinoe324.org for more information. With RoboZone, I'm Kiara Lancaster.
Thanks, Kiara. The longest standing event in the state takes place in the Grand Rapids area, a city where this year's Michigan FRC state championships will be held. For over a decade now, Grand Valley University is home to one of the toughest districts every year. Lauren has the highlights of what went down in 2015.
To Allendale, Michigan, and the campus of Grand Valley State University for the West Michigan District. Tons of fierce veteran teams on the west side of the state, and this is their preferred gathering place. Legendary players such as Team 74 Chaos, 107 Team Robotics from Holland, Team 1918 NC Gears from Fremont, the Tech Vikes 2054 from Hopkins, and Team 2137 Torque from Oxford. At most of our districts so far, we've seen 15, maybe 20 scores over 100 in qualifying. Not so at West Michigan. We saw over 60 cases of scores over 100 in just 80 matches. One big new trend we saw here was the prevalence of co-op scoring. In over half of the qualifying matches of the weekend, both alliances worked together to successfully obtain the 40-point co-op bonus for placing the 4 yellow totes on the center bridge. All of these additional bonus points contributed heavily to all of the high scores at this tournament. With an 87-point average qualifying score, this was our strongest Michigan event so far. In match number 47, Team 1918, 2137, and 4967, that one team worked together to set a new Recycle Rush record for 2015 so far. 228 points, propelling both to the top of the event rankings. When the dust settled, NC Gears found themselves number 1 with a final ranking score of 130, the highest we've seen at any event. But the rest of the pack was not far back. 10 teams posting averages above 100. Did we say this event was stacked or what? Moving into the Alliance section, Captain 1918 chose second-ranked Team 2137 Torque from Oxford at the number 1 draft. Torque was winner at Waterford Week 2. The team added 2405 Divide by Zero from Fruitport as their third. The number 2 Alliance, led by that one team, 4967, selected Team 107 Robotics and Team 3603 Reed City Cyber Coyotes to join them. The third place home team, 4003 Trisonics from Allendale, selected Team 2054 Tech Vikes, winner from Kentwood, and 4956 White Lake Robotics as their partners. In fourth, Team 85 BOB from Zeeland went with Team 74 Chaos from Holland, and 5316 The Architects from Saranac. In the quarters, the combo of NC Gears and Torque dominated, nearly 50 points higher than the rest of the pack. with quarterfinal averages up over 120 for all of the top groups. 1, 2, 3, and 4 all advanced to the semifinals. In the semis, the pressure mounted and things got tighter. The #1 alliance posted a modest score of only 104 in their first match, putting them in 4th place behind the other 3 groups and putting their future at serious risk. The #2, 49-67-107 alliance posted 3 big scores for an average of 147 points and first place after semifinal 5. The heat was on for the NC Gears Alliance to execute as the semifinal 6 began, and execute they did. An impressive 184-point score. The #1 Alliance regained the lead, 148-147, and both of the top 2 trios earned their ticket to the West Michigan District Finals. Back on track and definitely now in the zone, the #1 Red Alliance made quick work in the finals. In match 1, they posted a 195-113 win over the Blue Alliance, our highest Michigan playoff score so far this year. In finals 2, NC Gears, Torque, and Divide by Zero brought home the gold with a decisive 172-145 victory to close out the event. Congratulations.
Thanks for sticking with us here on RoboZone. Coming up after the break, Lauren tells us about the importance of robotics volunteers. Then we head to the best highlights from the St. Joseph competition.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
You may not know us, but you know the things we do.
We build landmarks,
Buildings,
highways.
Bridges, and pipelines.
We build rewarding careers.
we operate.
We maintain.
For over 100 years, we've kept Michigan running.
And we'll keep it running.
We're Operating Engineers 324.
And we're proud of being part of something special.
Join us.
Welcome back to RoboZone, and it's time for a little inside intelligence. There's no question that all of our Michigan FRC events would not be able to exist without the tireless help of so many volunteers. We caught up with a few at the Midland event. Let's check it out. It takes a village is a cliche, but when it comes to FRC events, the old adage holds true. Over a 3-day period, more than 150 volunteers will help to set up, run, and clean up the district event, with some volunteers putting in up to 50 hours. Over 130,000 volunteers will put in over 8 million hours to make FIRST events possible all over the world.
The volunteers that work with us are fantastic. They're dedicated, and they're everyone that works on this is so smart and organized. FIRST in Michigan is really organized, FIRST itself. The way they send us the truck even is so well organized.
The group started the planning for this March event back in September and looks for volunteers from a myriad of resources.
I just work with the different student volunteer organizations at the local high schools to get volunteers. There are local colleges that have volunteers that want to do community service. Our corporations also encourage their employees to volunteer.
There are over 100 volunteer positions that need to be filled, from game announcer to scorekeeper, judge to crowd control.
It's really cool to see everybody kind of come together and work together, and it's a different crew every week. You're never working with exactly the same people. I've looked at it's about 50 hours a week to put one of these on for each person, and so it's just really cool to see so many people volunteering to do that.
FIRST's whole goal is to kind of create an environment where math and science is elevated to that same level where professional sports are. So, the excitement that a kid gets when he goes to the rink and he's going to see Henrik Zetterberg, his favorite player, play. We want kids to be that excited to see, Hot Team or the Bees or teams like that.
Well, being an engineer, I'm interested in mechanical things, and the robots are pretty cool, and then you start to see the impact that it can have on a kid's life, and at this point it's something you can't stop doing.
One final event to showcase this week, and we head to the southwest corner of the Mitten to St. Joseph. This region of the state continues to grow robotics teams. This is due large in part to the support of the Whirlpool Corporation. The company is headquartered out of St. Joseph, and they support this event a lot. Let's bring back Lauren and find out what happened.
Another sold-out show of 40 teams, the St. Joe competition was rocking. Top teams attending the Joe this year were home team 3620, the not-so-average Joes, winners from the Kentwood District. The Martian Twins, Team 70 and 494 from Goodrich, and Team 469, the Las Gorillas from Bloomfield Hills. On Friday, there was a heavy emphasis on the co-op bonus at both events, with 40-point bonuses being awarded in over half of the qualification matches. Expectations were high for the home team 3620, the average Joes, and rightly so. Along with 2959 Robotarians and second-year team 5204 RoboCats, they put up the highest Alliance score of the event with 175 points in qualification match 43. But the big threat appeared to be the Martian Twins. Goodrich High School is one of the few schools in our state to have multiple FRC teams at the same school. The Martians and more Martians split up to play at different events of their first outings, but at St. Joseph, they came as a pair and they came in force. The Martians led the qualifying standings all weekend, trading off for first place between 70 and 494 as the qualifying rounds progressed. At the end of qualifying team number 70, more Martians found themselves in the lead with a 115-point qualifying average, just 4 points ahead of their teammates from team 494. Not far behind in third at 107 points were the Green Engineers, 3452 finalists from Gull Lake, with team 2474 Excel from Niles in fourth. There were lots of choices to be made in the Alliance section with so many great teams in attendance. The Martians often deliberately split up to increase their chances, but today they chose to play together as number one, along with Team 5623, the Robotic Rams from Galesburg. The Green Engineers, as second-place captain, chose 469 Las Gorillas as their first choice. Who wouldn't want last year's world champion to join them? The third draft of this number 2 alliance was rookie team 5501, the Bobcats. Moving on to the playoffs, we got to see which teams worked well together. In the quarterfinals, we saw a lot of exchanges. After 2 rounds for each team, the number 2 alliance leapt into the lead with a 147-point quarterfinal average, a full 30 points above the Martian alliance. Alliance number 3 of Excel, 2959 the Robotarians, and 5462 Tupac Robotics dropped to last place and fell out of the race. The number 5 alliance, led by 2767 Strikeforce, with 5069 Iron Giants and 4325 Robo Rangers, they took third with a solid 116 quarterfinal showing. The underdog number 7 alliance, captained by 3547 Virus from Monroe, finished in fourth and moved on to the next round. In the semis, the number 2 alliance kept up their high-scoring teamwork, posting a 127, 161, and 156 to keep them in the first place position. The battle for second place was close. The Martian alliance faltered in match number 1, scoring only 77 points, while the number 5 Strikeforce alliance set a 121 average in 3 rounds, holding a big lead over the Martian alliance before the last semis round. But the Martians pulled it all out of the fire, putting up the biggest score of the playoffs with a 158-point win in semifinal number 6, finishing with a 123 average, making it to the district finals only by a 2-point margin. In the St. Joseph finals, the number 2 alliance kept pouring it on, with 469's fast ramp loading and bin scoring, bringing home a 156-120 win over the Martians in round 1. Finals 2 went down to the wire. Both sides were matched tote for tote as the clock ran down the final seconds. The crowd exploded when the win of 134-132, just 2 points, secured the win in the Blue Banners for the number 2 alliance. After 12 districts in Michigan in 4 weeks, this was the first time that the number 1 alliance was upset and did not win the event.
Once again, Manning Control Command, I'm Jim Zoneg, back in the captain's chair. We're halfway through the season now. Can you believe it? Let's recap and look ahead.
After 4 weeks, we've seen a lot of evolution in the Recycle Rush game. We see more autonomous modes, much more co-op bonuses, and stacks of 6 are now a common sight at every event. Several teams can now place 3 cap stacks in a single 2-minute match, and more will be joining these elite ranks as their efforts to improve their machines play out. At this point, roughly half of the 102 spots for the 2015 Michigan State Championship have already been claimed. We now have 3 teams with double event wins, and there will certainly be a few more in the weeks to come. Michigan has now crossed the 200 barrier for game-high scores, and we expect to see even more scores of this magnitude in our next events. First and Michigan hosts a lottery for additional plays each year, allowing some teams to play for a 3rd time. This opportunity is available to all teams, and some of our very top teams have the good fortune of being lottery winners this year. Teams like Bedford, Big Mo, and the Los Gorillas will be playing a 3rd district, and we'll get to see each of them again in the final 2 weeks of play. In Week 5, we have 3 more exciting FRC district competitions coming with lots of great teams. At our only Upper Peninsula district in Escanaba, look for Team 74 Chaos from Holland, Team 857 Superior RoboWorks from Houghton, Team 3602 the RoboMos from Escanaba, the host and winner of the Standish district, and Team 4391 the Brave Bots from Gladstone. At the Centerline district, we will see Team 68 Trucktown Thunder from Ortonville coming out for their first time this year, Team 1189 the Gearheads from Grosse Pointe, finalists from the Howell district, Team 2834 the Bionic Blackhawks from Bloomfield Hills, winners of the Gull Lake district, and finally Team 4384 the Benzene Bots from Troy, winners from the Howell district. Finally at Livonia, it will be a battle with lots of strong contenders taking the field, including Team 27 Rush from Clarkston, finalists from Woodhaven, Team 67 the Hot Team from Milford, winners at the Waterford district, Team 217 the Thunder Chickens from Utica, finalists from Waterford, and Team 548 RoboStanks from Northville, finalists from the Southfield district.
Who's on top of their game right now? Let's break down our top 5 teams in the state.
In 5th place, we have Team 70 More Martians from Goodrich. In 4th place, Team 2137 Torque from Oxford. In 3rd place, we have Team 1918 NC Gears from Fremont. In 2nd place, Team 314 the Megatron Oracles from Flint. And our number 1 team for the 2nd week in a row, Team 1023 the Bedford Express from Temperance.
All right, Jim, appreciate that. And there's one guy I forgot to thank in last week's episode, our co-producer Ben Rowden. He's the guy with the red beard, running around with a RoboZone shirt and camera. Say hi to him if you see him at your next event. Okay, we have a YouTube channel, RoboZone Show. Catch all 5 episodes there. Same handle for Twitter and Facebook. Now we're slowly building towards the state championships, people. We just might even head to St. Louis for the World Championships. Bring RoboZone to the masses. Still ironing out the details. We'll let you know how things work out. In the meantime, we'll see you next week, 12 noon, this channel here on RoboZone. RoboZone is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Toyota, let's go places. Fanuc America, innovative automation solutions. Hino Trucks, the fastest growing premier medium duty nameplate in the United States. And Operating Engineers 324, we keep Michigan running.